Hello, everyone, and welcome to BOW Live, emphasis on the live. We're here today with John Ioannou from Florida Closing and Escrow, who many of you know is an expert title company, and I think one of the only title companies located in Sunny Isles. However, we are mobile and digital, wireless, and remote, multilingual. And we include expert real estate attorneys such as John Ioannou and Anthony Bauza. And we assist clients to structure and close their deals, residential, commercial, in-state, out-of-state, and out-of-country. And today's topic is the effective date for the as-is contract. So John, if you'd like to take over.
Sure. I'm going to share slide 1 here. Basically, the effective date is very important. This is when the clock starts ticking on the contract. So where would we find language for the effective date? It's actually on the bottom of the first page of the contract. You'll see highlighted here. And basically it says under line 48 and 49, that the effective date of this contract shall be the date when the last one of the buyer and seller has signed or initialed and delivered this offer or final counter offer. That's the effective date. So what does that mean? So let's go back to the beginning. So the effective date of this contract shall be when the last one of the buyer and seller. So if the buyer signs and sends the contract to the seller, it's when the seller signs the contract that would make it effective. Or if the seller signs, but then makes a change, let's say they change a date from 7 days to 10 days or something like that, and they initial it, then it's not effective until the buyer counter initials that change. Even if the buyer agrees to that change and say, okay, sure, I'm fine with it, the contract is still not effective until the buyer counter initials that initial. And that can go back and forth. I'm sure you realtors have done this many times where things are changing, the contract price is changing. So one party makes a change, initials it, another party makes a change, initials it. So that can go back and forth as many times as it takes until the last party initials the last change. And then if we go on to the sentence on line 49, where it says initialed and delivered. So this is also important. Let's say the last person signs it on Friday, but you don't email it or you don't send it to the other realtor until Saturday. The effective date is then on Saturday when it's delivered to the other party. Now, also be careful, it's delivered, it's not received. So it's not when you receive it, it's when the party delivers it or sends it by email. So that's the effective date, and that's when the clock starts ticking, as I mentioned. So then, once we have an effective date, how do we calculate days? And that we're going to see on slide 2. On the bottom of page 8 of 12, how we actually calculate time. So this is also very important. It's calendar days, never business days. Business days sometimes are for the commercial contract, but for residential as-is contract, it's calendar days. Also based on where the property is located. So we're in Florida, so we are on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So if you have a buyer or seller, let's say in another country or even on the West Coast, the time period is Eastern Standard Time. So we'll continue on line 433. Other than time for acceptance and effective date, any time periods provided for or dates specified in this contract, whether pre-printed, handwritten, typewritten, or inserted, which shall end or occur on a Saturday, Sunday, or national legal holiday, or on a day when it's observed, then it'll extend to the next calendar day, which is not a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday. So there's a lot there. Let's kind of piece it and break it down. So the first sentence says, other than time for acceptance and effective date. So what that means is the effective date can occur on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday. So we can start counting. Let's say you delivered the signed contract on a Saturday. We start counting actually on Sunday is day one. Where the issue arises is when it ends on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, then it goes to the next business day. Also, like we have coming up on Monday, that's a national legal holiday. So if a time frame fell on that day, it would go to Tuesday. Also, if a holiday falls on a Saturday or Sunday, sometimes a holiday will fall on a Saturday or Sunday, but it's observed on a Monday or a Friday, then that also goes to the next non-business, non-Saturday, Sunday, non-legal holiday day. All right. So that's how we compute. So let's just take that. Let's go with an example. So let's say we have a fully signed contract today, which is Thursday. It's initialed, it's fully signed. So today is the effective date. We start counting tomorrow. We don't count today. Today, the effective date is not day one. Day one is tomorrow. So Friday is 1, let's say. We count Saturday is 2, Sunday is 3, Monday is 4, even though it's a legal holiday. We're counting these days if they're in between a time frame. Then let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's 7 days from there. Now, as I mentioned, let's say we have today's the effective date. We have maybe a 3-day time period to send in the deposit. So today is Thursday. We count Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's 3 days. So the deposit is not due until Monday, but since this coming Monday is a holiday, then the deposit is due on Tuesday. So that's how we calculate time periods and the effective date in the contract. I also had a question about a survey. Are surveys needed? And we find the information about surveys on page 4 of 12. It's highlighted here. Surveys are not required, number one, for condominiums. So surveys are never needed for condominiums. They're only for single family homes. And lenders will require surveys for single family homes. A survey is needed if the buyer is getting a loan. If the buyer is not getting a loan, a survey is not required. The buyer doesn't have to get a survey, but we recommend it because surveys show any encroachments on neighboring properties. If a fence is on your property that's not supposed to be there, surveys are very good for that. Basically, they show the boundary lines of the property. So surveys run usually around $300 or $400. So we recommend you recommending to your clients, if they're a buyer, to always get a survey for single family homes. And those are the topics for today.
Okay, and I have a few updates. Condo sales in Miami have increased for the 18th consecutive month, with more demand building up. Buyer activity has increased in the $1 to $3 million range by 10%, in the $3 to $5 million range by 19%. Pent-up demand for housing combined with income gains shows signs of another positive year ahead for the regional market. And some great buys include Lennar Eric Feder, who sold his waterfront Island Estates home for a record $12 million. Miami Heat legend Pat Riley sold his condo in Surfside for $23 million. And he purchased at the star-studded Surf Club for $8 million. Also, Verizon says everybody's moving to Florida since the pandemic. 250,000 Verizon subscribers have moved to Florida. With the evolution of the distributed workforce, more people are relocating, and Verizon has had to expand its coverage. And many, as you know, are moving to Florida as well as other locations, but Florida is still booming. And also, El Al is moving its U.S. headquarters from New York to Miami. Billionaire Dolphins owner Stephen Ross has purchased the Duval Hotel. He's going to change it and turn it into a 6-star hotel and luxury residences. And also, Florida passes its condo safety bill, and that's in the wake of the Surfside condo collapse. And I believe it's 25 years for recertification and 30 years 30 years and 25 years if it's 3 miles of the coastal area. And then it will be for every 10 years after that. If you want to add anything, John, to that or any other updates?
That's correct. Basically, any condo is over 3 stories tall.
Right.
Instead of having a 40-year recertification, they're shortening that 10 years to 30 years. And like you mentioned, if it's within the coast, if it's on the beach, they have to do that after 25 years instead of 40. And then after that 30 or 25-year recertification, every 10 years after that. So they just want to make sure that the condos are safe, and so this is a good law that's been sent to the governor to sign.
And again, we're here for you at Florida Closing and Escrow. We will do whatever it takes to help structure your deals and help first-time buyers, walking them through the process. We have great professional and personalized services. We also go the extra mile. We're available 24/7. We let John sleep an hour at least. And we are here from you from contract to closing. And we also have great novel marketing tools, including Bow Live, brokers, opens, and tours worldwide. We can help you with live opens, virtual opens and tours, and more. So kindly contact us. I'm at 786-457-6832 and 1-800-FL-CLOSE. And if you need legal services, 305-720-2844. Or John, you want to give out your cell? Or you can find us at floridaclosing.com. Okay, yes. Only the VIPs? Okay. So anyway, thank you for joining us today. And everyone have a safe and healthy Memorial Day weekend. And we hope to assist in your success. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and healthy.